Welcome to Violet Light Tarot. This is the unboxing and review for the Muse Tarot by Chris-Anne. I just got this deck today, sort of a whim buy kind of thing. Well, technically it's been on my list for a while, but so I did grab it. As you can see, it's still completely in plastic, so completely unboxing this one. We have somewhere, I thought I saw it. It's like a pull tab, which is kind of neat. It might just be that it snagged somehow in the middle of shipping or whatever, but that's cool. Okay, that didn't take as long as I thought. So, little tiny box, which is kind of cool, kind of cute. It is, I don't know, I'm getting, just from the box itself, I'm getting kind of like a California vibe, or like a tropical vibe, or something like that. Like I'm picturing palm trees wherever this thing is supposed to be, right? Okay. Oh, and inside we've got a saying. I love when they add these little fun finds, right? So this says, "There is magic in truth. There is truth in my veins. Where my blood speaks in sooth, and my mind has no reins." I think if I turn it just so, you'll still be able to see it, just in case you want to read. Okay. So no little pull tab on this one. The bigger boxes that have the magnetic thing usually have like a pull tab. This one, I just do that and it's open. Well, that's fun. It's got some kind of little fish in there. Not necessarily clownfish because they're not orange, but they're fun. Kind you would find in like one of those aquariums and stuff. So the book is small, which is good, pocket size. This is actually kind of cool. Like this whole thing can fit in your bag, backpack, whatever. Don't freak out on my word choice. But we have the little book here, which of course has a write-up for all of the different cards. But it also, the thing I liked about this when I first saw it was that they actually changed the name of the suits. So the major arcana and minor arcana are the same, but the actual suits themselves are inspiration, emotions, voices, and material. Sorry, my eyesight versus the lighting. There you go. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty cool. They've changed it just a little bit. And of course, they're doing cute things like the Hanged Man is now the Hanged Muse. Sorry, I'm skimming. I should be doing it a little bit more so you can actually see what I'm doing as opposed to just hearing flipping pages. Okay, so the interesting thing is they've changed a couple of the names also of the major arcana cards, which they do sometimes depending on the deck you're playing with. It's not just, I mean, you've got Justice, you've got Death, you've got the Hermit, Strength, all that kind of thing. I'm reading those backwards, obviously. But in this case, you have Awakening instead of Judgment. And you have the world cosmos instead of the world. So let's see what the cards themselves actually look like. I'm just going to put that up like that so you can see it. Hold on. Maybe. There we go. Let's pull this thing off. There we go. Oh, that's pretty. I really like the back. I really like the back too because you can't tell. You can't, whether it's like reversed or upright, which is actually, as a reader, it's fun because when I'm shuffling and I'm putting cards out for you guys for your piles for pick-a cards and stuff, I just kind of shuffle whatever falls out. I just put it down. So when I'm turning them over, granted, I have one, the Witch's Tarot, where you can kind of see, because the blue is on the bottom and the red is on the top, kind of thing. But all the other ones are more like this, where you've got, whether it's this way or this way, it looks exactly the same. So as long as you don't really know what's going to happen until you turn it over, and then you're like, oh, it's a reverse version of whatever it happens to be. Okay, we have a... Hang on. This actually says the Muse of Materials, and it's sideways. It's not even up or down. So give me half a second. I gotta find out what that is. So the Materials was the last one. So Page, Knight, Queen, Muse of Materials has got to be the like King of Pentacles kind of thing. So that's going to be fun in a reading, actually, because it's going to be sideways. So when I'm shuffling and then turning them over to put them down for the readers, or for the person I'm reading for, yeah, that's going to be interesting, because it's not going to be reversed, right? It's going to be only one direction, so I can't really read what a reversed King of Pentacles happens to be for this one. Okay. Alright, so... Oh, this is cool. We got the Fool card as a woman in the desert with... And there's a ladder here. Oh, this is kind of giving me... Neil Gaiman Neverwhere vibes, with the ladder that kind of goes to nowhere and comes from nowhere kind of thing. And then you're heading off into, like, it's an horizon. A horizon and horizon. H's are always fun. But it looks like you're actually possibly dropping off the cosmos. But this could also be, like, water if you were looking at it in a certain way. So are you on a beach? Is this the cosmos? Did she come up the ladder and now she's jumping off to go somewhere else? Like, it's very interesting. The idea behind the concepts of the art is kind of really cool. We have the Magician. I'm not going to go through all of them, don't worry. This won't be an extremely long video. But yeah, the Magician, which normally is the manifesting one, which, yeah, you can totally see that because you've got, like, the crown chakra, right? So she's putting things out, but you've got the root chakra down here showing the same colors. Sorry, it's reversed to my lighting right now. It's because of what time it is at the moment when I'm taping this. But you've got, my guess is these four actually represent the four suits. And then you've got the crown, and you've got the same colors but coming from the root. Oh, the card's also damaged. Well, that's kind of pointless. I'll have to think about keeping that. Anyway. Yeah, you can see it here. There's a little bit of damage in the card. It's raised. I thought it was like a raised bump in the card. I was gonna go, oh, that's really cool with the artwork doing that, but it's not the art. It's like glue or something. It's weird. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go through and just show you some of the other ones. Like I said, I don't want to make this an entirely huge video of just me turning cards over. But I will go through and see if... I'm going to put a thing at the end of the video too, if it happens that I may actually try and see if I can return them or something, because... Again, there's 78 cards and... Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so the Two of Cups, which is a personal favorite, is Two of Emotions. It's actually drawn as a couple in a pool. It's really cool. And the Star card, literal, like that's some serious third eye there. That's kind of cool. We have the Ace of Emotions. I don't know, the Ace of Emotions usually talks about new love. But it almost looks like she's manifesting rather than actually expressing or receiving, right? Might be a little. I'm gonna have to go through the book and just see, because there may actually be a little bit of a difference between what you would how you would normally interpret and how you would interpret these ones. So the Ace of Voices. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say the Voices is probably air, which would be swords, and I'm right because this is the Two of Voices. So you've still got that image of the cross, like the guarding, which is cool. And there's almost two halves. So you've got the girl who's guarding herself, and then you've got the two faces that are basically, I guess, like her two halves, kind of trying to watch out on both sides of her. There's also the girl on the bottom too, like running for protection or running to escape something. Let's see what the Ten of Voices looks like. Okay, this is the Nine of Voices. So the Nine of Voices, though, you've got sleeping, but this conveys to me, this is like lucid dreaming. This isn't like I'm up all night in anxiety. This is, I am sleeping, but this is my sleeping mind sort of working through whatever it happens to be. And listening. It looks like she's listening to the spirit, listening to the guides. So sleeping, but receiving in sleep. Oh, now that's some imagery right there. that's your ten of swords, people. That I've seen, usually it's stabbed in the back, but this is kind of reminding me of like those old magician stage shows where you'd have somebody like impaled on swords, or like hanging, and they'd put the like the hula hoops would go past just to show you there's no ropes, that kind of thing. That's what that one reminds me of. Or another option though is actually self-infliction too. I can see self-infliction as an actual meaning behind this, in that it looks like she may have jumped from here. Just sort of the way it's very Ophelia looking, you know, where she's kind of holding her arm across her face like, oh, I can't go on, kind of thing. And sort of falling on her own emotions maybe, or succumbing to her own inner turmoil, as opposed to outside forces, which is what they usually suggest, is that the emotions are usually where an outside force or just a circumstance that's happening has finally come to a conclusion. But this looks like, actually, like it might be, in this case, it could also be conveyed as being something that you've been going through but putting yourself through, sort of thing, or making yourself end what you've been going through, like putting an end to the suffering yourself. So it may actually have a positive, because you can just, I don't want to say you can just stop thinking about something, because nobody can ever just stop thinking about something, but you really do have the ability at times, when you're ready to, and when your soul, as it were, is ready to move past that event, you do have the ability to pull yourself out sometimes. There are some people who, and some instances where you do need assistance, but sometimes you can pull yourself out, so that could be conveying that as well. It looks like all the Muse cards or the King cards are all sideways. This is the Voices one. I showed you the one before for the materials, which is the Pentacles. Yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. Eight of Swords, or Eight of Voices again. Again, usually someone trapping themselves with a blindfold and swords like all around them. But if they take the blindfold off, they can see that they're not actually trapped. It's just they can walk away whenever they need to, or get out whenever they need to. This is, I don't know, it's similar, but it's different in the fact that there's no swords. The light is shining in the eyes, so I don't know if it's the light from above is maybe too bright. Like they say that sometimes spirit lights, angel light, that kind of thing, when you're actually being spoken to directly. I haven't actually had it specifically happen in that respect, but I've read books and heard stories of other people who have, and they mention it as being like this blinding white, and that could be what it is a blinding light that sort of trapped this person there. They're in darkness themselves, and the light is coming from above to assist them. So and not in the way that they need saving, but in the fact that spirit has come to say you're okay. In the darkness, there are these gray bands, so it's not entirely an entirely black background. You do have gray in here, so it's not as dark or as bad as you may think it is at this moment. I could read it that way, yeah. Ooh. Okay, as a fire sign myself, I'm always about the wands. We're always interested in what the wands are depicting. This is the King of Wands. Okay. This is very Phoenix. Sphinx. It's like a combination of the Phoenix and the Sphinx. So you've got the fire coming out, which would depict Phoenix, but you've also got the two heads coming together and the woman trying to, my apologies, it's the male character. Male character trying to go through to the pyramid. So, Sphinx. So the Sphinx who's waiting to ask the question of the man to make sure he's worthy of going through. Now, again, everybody knows, or if I shouldn't put it that way, everybody should be aware that the cards themselves may depict certain genders in roles, but those roles and those genders can be reversed at any time. Okay. So, I'm just gonna do a few more because these are, I'm just gonna sit here. Let me know in the comments. I am putting this up on the 13th, which is a Saturday, at 2 p.m. This video is going live. Let me know what you think. Should I care that much that this one particular card has this imperfection? Or should I be like, 77 cards are beautiful, perfect, and go with the sort of Persian rug aspect where nothing can be absolutely perfect, so, you know, accept that everything has a flaw, sort of thing? I mean, it doesn't take away from the beauty of the card. It doesn't take away from the message of the card. It's just my type A personality that's, sitting there with it. But yeah, I'd like to see what the general consensus is. Again, like I said, I'm putting this up on Tuesday the 13th. Tuesday. Saturday the 13th. I will accept any comments, suggestions, etc. Of course, you can leave comments whenever you feel like, but regarding this particular issue, I will look at the comments overall for what people's response is, so that if I do need to go back to the store with them, that I can do that on Tuesday, which is the 16th. Okay. yeah, so overall, the aesthetic of the cards, other than that one issue, is they're beautiful. The artwork is insane. I've only ever seen one other deck of Chris-Anne's that I actually also would love to get. I can't remember the name of it at the moment. Seer, Light Seer, I think it's called. It's the one where if you're looking at it, I think it's the Eight of Swords. The woman's looking into a reflecting pool, but the reflecting pool is covering its eyes. And it's very bohemian. It's very like you can see the people in it being as a group of people that have just come back from like Burning Man, like that. It's got that vibe to it. Or Coachella or something like that. All the artwork for that one looks like that. But that looks more drawn. Like these are drawn, but they have more of a realism to them. It's almost like painted photograph kind of thing, you know? Like that's more CGI art. The other one is more like painted art. And, the Empress card on that one too is actually a woman who is pregnant, but the pregnant bump is the world. It's Earth. So, they didn't have that at the store. They're out of that one. But I am glad I got this one. It was kind of a toss-up. I'll go and I'll get whichever one they happen to have, and I'm glad they had this one. Yeah. And the vibes that you get from the cards are a little bit different. Like I've been showing you, you get the regular standard response, but then you also get, well, actually, it looks a little bit like it could also mean something else. So you've got the Two of Inspiration. So, hang on. Yeah, so the Two of Inspiration, which is the Two of Wands. Now, normally that's basically stagnant. That's like not being able to move. That's like sitting, waiting for something to come to you. You've kind of got that here, but not really. Like here you've got, she's looking out. She's even got a telescope. And you've got this sort of, I don't know, like James Bond kind of barrel thing going on here as well. So it's like there's more to it than it's not the same as just any other deck, as they say. And I know each deck has its own little kind of quirk or kind of difference or something, but these are on a new level to me. Like the Three of Wands is supposed to be a ship coming into the person standing on the dock. It's supposed to be coming out of this stagnant movement and going ahead and starting to move forward, or having something come toward you that you've been waiting for. There's no ship. There's no ship. There's dominoes, which this one domino right here at the very front looks like it's tilting, like it's gonna start to, all the dominoes will just do their domino thing. Actually, the dominoes on this side are actually look like they're coming tilted. So this one's about to go, but this one's already going. It's a little strange. But yeah, but the girl standing on the woman, is standing there on the windy beach. But like I said, there's no ship. It's kind of weird. But what she's waiting for, if the dominoes are doing what they're supposed to be doing in this particular angle, the dominoes are actually going to be going out. They're not coming in, they're going out. So this is more something you want to say as opposed to some information you are supposed to be receiving. Okay. Sorry, there's just a few cards that I'm really intrigued by, and I want to show everybody and see what how they're depicted. I've been drinking water all day, so I'm a little waterlogged at the moment, but I'm also trying not to cough or whatever. Well, because I know I've cut coughs out of other videos before, and it hurts my ears when I'm trying to listen to playback, so. Oh, now that's beautiful. Okay, remember how we had the strawberry moon the other day, guys? Just recently on the 5th? Okay, check that out. Is that not the pinkest, strawberryest moon you've ever seen? That is, like, amazing. But yes, okay, anybody who's here who knows astronomy, I know the strawberry moon is more regarding the time of year and not an actual pinkness, but, you know, still, you can't argue with that's anything but pink. Ooh, okay. Okay, we're running right now at 26 minutes, so I'm gonna do this for another couple minutes just to go through a couple of the other majors, and then I'll put it away. But yeah, so this is the Tower card. So usually you've got a tower, think Leaning Tower of Pizza, rook in a chessboard, on fire, half falling over, crumbling to the ground. This one you've got somebody standing on a rock with rocks coming from, it's almost like they're standing on the ground in a cave and there's a stalactite that's like falling on them. But there's lightning, so it can't be in a cave. So I'm a little confused on that one. That one I'm gonna have to read on exactly what the meaning is for, like, their sort of version of that card. Let's see if they've changed the meaning somehow. A rift in reality. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Hello, fragility. When life seemingly falls apart and everything appears to crumble into a million little fragments, the Muse of the Tower can be called upon to powerfully clear any situation and to carefully, oh so carefully, it's in italics, oh so carefully, pick up the slivers of broken dreams and of mismatched ingredients. Okay, so I guess the lightning is literally coming from her to... Sorry, the lightning is literally coming from her to put the rocks back where they belong? I don't know. It's interesting. It's weird. Okay, the Hanged Muse. Remember how we mentioned that the Hanged Man is actually Hanged Muse instead? I wasn't sure if it was just like a gender thing or something to do with the gimmick for the actual deck because it's the Muse Tarot. But yeah, I can see that. She's, first of all, pyramids, door in the pyramids, Illuminati style eye. And then you've got this woman who's hanging from... It looks like it should be a rope, like a tightrope for walking, but it's dotted, so it's almost like it's beads instead. And she's also wearing high heels. So, I don't know. That's kind of intriguing. There's also no kind of pentacle or anything here. There is the brightness coming from the pyramid, but there's no actual, like... Usually he's holding a pentacle. So that's... Now remember that it's also in this deck, it's not pentacles, it is material. So material can actually be anything. I mean, you could talk that she's looking very material because she's wearing black dress, so her, LBD, and her high-heeled shoes, so as if she was going out for the day, but she's got holes in her stockings. There's like literally holes in the stockings. So, and I don't think it's like one of those pairs of stockings where it's supposed to have holes in it. I think it's like something's happened. Let's put her there. Oh, that could be it. I just kind of dawned on something. It could be the hangman with the material and the pentacle. It could be without the pentacle, without the money. She's in sort of tattered leggings or tattered tights. So, yeah. So overall, except for, like I said, that one card, and I thought I saw another card that also had that weird sort of stickiness. They're not sticky, it just looks like something was stuck to them in the middle of the processing, and like two cards got stuck together kind of thing. So yeah, let me know. Let me know also what you thought of the of the unboxing and review today, and what you think of the cards. What other decks would you suggest? I do have my decks that I usually use, which everybody's seen. You can go back and watch some. I do have a couple other decks. I do have an Anne Stokes deck. I have the original Beginner's Tarot deck, which looks a little more rider weight. I don't use it all. Actually, I haven't used it at all for any of my videos or Instagrams, because it's kind of traditional and I'm not. So I love it, don't get me wrong, it was the very first deck and it was given to me as your first deck always should be. But it's kind of more, I keep it for the nostalgia and because of who gave it to me. So yeah, let me know if you want me to do any more of these. If you have a deck in mind also, that would be awesome, let me know. And let me know what you think about me keeping this with that imperfection. Like I said, the cards themselves, that's why I'm so on the fence, because the cards themselves are beautiful except for that, and I'm feeling very Persian rug about the whole thing. But let me know. Let me know if it would bug you if you saw it in a reading. Let's do it that way. If I was using these for a reading, which I want to start doing soon, would you be bugged? Would it be something that would stand out to you? Would it be something that would bother you as somebody who's seeing it? Yeah, let me know how that works for you. Please like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. We do have our usual Sunday weekly reading coming on Sunday. And also there's the... Oh, there's so much happening. There's the Mercury retrograde on the 18th. There's there's summer starts on Thursday? It's on the 20th anyway. Saturday, next Saturday. And then on the Sunday, which is the 21st, we have another weekly reading, but we also have the new moon and how that's going to affect everybody. And don't forget that this new moon for Cancer is also another eclipse. And we might actually, depending on where you are in the world, you might actually be able to see it. I couldn't see the one last time where I live because it was extremely overcast. This one, I think, what I understand, that the true timing of the new moon is like, I could be wrong about this. Something is telling me that it's like 2 in the morning, so it might be a little to see it, but where I'm from, but in Canada, but in other places it's gonna be visible. Hopefully, if it's not overcast for you. Yeah. Again, please do all those things with regard to the usual suspects. The like is a great help to the channel. Thank you so much. Comments are always appreciated of any kind. And yeah, subscriptions are the best. We love subscriptions. Please also check the comments as well and the main page for the YouTube. We have our links for our Instagram store where we're doing individual readings. Those are on sale right now. So please remember, there are only a few left for June, so definitely grab those while you can. And also there's the Pinterest and Twitter. We're doing that too. So yeah, Facebook group is still coming. I'm looking at the logistics of public versus private and etc. etc. So yeah, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you tomorrow pretty much for the weekly, but yeah, enjoy your time. Thank you for joining me and joining this unboxing. I've enjoyed my time spent with you. Bye for now.